Every day, usually in the morning between 5 and 11 a.m., we release our Central Indiana Scoreboard show. It's our flagship podcast and similar to ESPN Radio Sports Center, but focuses on the Pacers, Fever, Colts, IndyCar, IU, Purdue, Ball State, Butler, and of course, the best high school sports coverage in Central Indiana. Please join us for your daily audio sports section. You are listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report's softball semi-state preview show with previews of the semi-states at Harrison, Center Grove, Twin Lakes, Jasper, Kokomo, Forest Park, Frontier, and North Davies.
You're listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report with your host, Greg Mengelt.
Welcome, softball fans, to the Central Indiana Sports Report and our softball semi-state preview show where we take a look at all of the semi-states in Indiana that are taking place on Saturday. Today is Friday, June 6, 2025. I'm your host, Greg Mengelt, podcasting today from headquarters in Jeffersonville. Producer Susie is in the control room. Coming up, we have previews of all 8 semi-states and all 16 semi-state semifinals Saturday at Harrison, Center Grove, Twin Lakes, Jasper, Kokomo, Forest Park, Frontier, and North Davies. Before we get to all of that, I want to tell you about our YouTube page. It's kind of what we've made our homepage for the podcast, and all of our podcasts are there. We're going to start having video with the podcast and posting polls and having more activity over at our YouTube page. So if you haven't done that yet, we're asking you to please go to our YouTube page and subscribe, even if you're already subscribed at SoundCloud, Spotify, Amazon, or Apple. We could really use your support over at YouTube. Also, we will have our softball semi-state scoreboard show for you Sunday, probably mid-afternoon, along with our baseball regional scoreboard and our girls tennis and girls track and field scoreboard shows from those state finals. Of course, we'll continue to have Pacers and Fever coverage and so much more. And our baseball regional preview is coming up in just a couple of hours. The softball semi-state championship games are all at 7 o'clock, so I'm not going to mention that every time that we do a semi-state preview. We do have 7 teams that we consider local coverage teams in the semi-states in Alexandria, Mississinewa, Western, Greenfield-Central, New Palestine, Rossville, and Southwood. But we'll just start with the North semi-state in each class and go 4A, 3A, 2A, and then 1A. And that means we start in West Lafayette at the Harrison semi-state in the north half of Class 4A. And a little bit of a surprise, although the program's been so good. It's not that big of a surprise, but 11 and 12 Harrison will take on 24 and 4 and 5th ranked Penn at 11 a.m. in the first semifinal at Harrison. A bit of a home field advantage there for the Raiders. Maybe they can take advantage of that to pull off the upset. Harrison has won 2 semi-state championships in their program history, 2009 and 2022. Brady Odom threw a 6-hit shutout and a 7-0 win over number 10 Noblesville in the regional, which actually started Tuesday and ended Thursday, for the program's 9th overall regional championship and their 3rd in the last 4 years. Penn has won 2 semi-state championships in its program history, 2016 and 2023, and has made 3 state finals appearances. Of course, there were no semi-states for many years, so a lot of teams have more state finals appearances than they do semi-state championships. The Kingsmen, I think I said this already, are ranked 5th in the state. Olivia Cinerino threw a complete game 3-hit shutout and struck out 9 in a 10-0 5-inning regional win over Elkhart on Wednesday. Penn's Ava Zachary is a Miss Softball finalist and maybe the best hitter in the entire state. She's batting .548 with a state-best 61 RBIs and has scored 43 runs. In the second semifinal at Harrison, it'll be 12th-ranked Carroll against number 4 Crown Point. Carroll is 23-5. Crown Point 28-4. That game is expected to start at 1 o'clock. For Carroll, it's their third straight semi-state appearance after winning their third straight regional, having never done it before in the last 3 years. They beat rival Homestead 10-0 in their regional, and Taylor Danley threw an 11 strikeout perfect game in a 10-0 win. She also homered and drove in 4 runs to boot for the Chargin' Chargers. Carroll has never won a semi-state or made a state finals. Alexis P. leads the Carroll offense with a 54% on-base percentage and 10 stolen bases. Crown Point won its only semi-state championship in 2017, and this will be the Bulldogs' 6th appearance after Lexi Smith threw 4 one-hit shutout innings in a 7-2 win over Chesterton in the regional. The Bulldogs' offense is led by Ashlyn Kidda. She had a double and a home run in the program's 6th regional championship. She leads the Bulldogs batting .534 with 7 home runs. In the South at Center Grove, the first of our local teams, it's 19-7 Greenfield-Central against 26-4 and 7th-ranked Floyd Central at 11 a.m. at Center Grove in the South 4A semi-state. Greenfield-Central made its only state finals appearance in 1987 before there was such thing as a semi-state in softball. The Cougars beat Lawrence North 23-3 for their first regional championship since 2017. Savannah Real is one of the top hitters in all of Indiana. She hit her 15th home run of the season and her 9th in her last 10 games to become Greenfield's all-time leader with 26 career home runs in the win. Number 7, Floyd Central has had a lot of success through the years down south, but has only made one state finals appearance, and that was in 2009, and has never won a semi-state. The Highlanders have a pair of aces in sophomores Adeline Schultz and junior Emmy Miller. They combined for a 2-hitter in Tuesday's 5-1 win over Castle in the regional. The Highlanders have a great sophomore class with Addie Ware, Nora Cole, Elise Coleman, and Braylee Lockhart. That elusive state championship might be in the works for Sean Payne's Highlanders. In the second semifinal at Center Grove, it'll be the host Trojans, who are ranked second in the state and 24-4 on the season, against 23-6 Terre Haute North. That first pitch is expected to be 1 o'clock. Center Grove is a 7-time state champion, the most of any team in Indiana. They won their 19th regional title on Tuesday with a 1-0 win over rival Avon. Riley Furr and Kara Beaver combined on a 7-hit shutout. CG is led offensively by Mae Munson. She is batting an even .500 with 37 RBIs. She also has 34 stolen bases. She's heading to IU Indy. Terre Haute North has one semi-state championship in its program's history. That came in 2010. They were also a state finalist, however, in 1988. They won their third regional championship in program history on Tuesday, 5-3 over Whiteland. Kylie Walker allowed just 1 earned run on 4 hits in the win. Sophomore third baseman Kinsey Sigler has 9 home runs this season for the Patriots. We move to Class 3A and start in the north at Twin Lakes, where it's 15-12 Hanover Central against 19-5 Columbia City at 11 o'clock. Hanover Central has made 2 state finals appearances and were the 2004 state champions. They won their 6th regional championship in the last 11 years on Tuesday, beating Highland 5-1. Rebecca Ferguson was 3 for 3 with a double, a run, and an RBI, and Jillian DeYoung allowed just 1 unearned run on 4 hits in the win. Sienna Stilley has a slugging percentage of 1.143 with 12 home runs for the Wildcats. Columbia City is looking for its first semi-state title in program history. The Eagles won their 6th regional championship on Tuesday, 8-3 over Glenn. Emma Hiss struck out 12 in her complete game performance to improve to 12-1 on the year and 27-5 in her career. She is slugging 1.145 this season and has 21 career home runs. Two of our local teams will face off in the 3A North second semifinal at Twin Lakes. It's 21-4 Mississinewa against the third-ranked and 27-3 defending state champion Western Panthers at 1 o'clock. Mississinewa won its second regional ever with a 9-2 win over Dwenger and has never won a semi-state. Lila Greer improved to 9-1 on the season with her complete game 4 hitter, and Amaya Parr Inman homered and drove in 3 in the win. Also, watch out for Brooklyn Nash. The junior is batting .490 and has scored 35 runs this season for the Indians. In the South in Class 3A at Jasper, it is 19-8 Charlestown against 19-7 Evansville Memorial. That game starts at 11 o'clock. Neither team has ever won a semi-state. However, Evansville Memorial was the 2002 state champion and a 2-time state finalist before there were any semi-states. Charlestown won its second regional championship ever on Tuesday. Good program from a brutal region. They are led by Hannah Burns, who has a .516 on-base percentage with 6 home runs on offense and is 49-18 all-time pitching for the Pirates. Memorial won its fourth regional title on Tuesday, 7-3 over Jasper. Mallory Wollenman went 2 for 3 with 2 doubles, a run, and 2 RBIs. Brianna Kanan is 13-5 with 163 strikeouts in 190 innings this season. And it's number 1 against number 2 in the second semifinal in the Class 3A semi-state at Jasper. It's number 1 Cathedral against number 2 New Pal. The Dragons are 26-4. The Irish 26-2. That game's first pitch is expected to be at 1 o'clock. New Pal is a 6-time state champion, most recently in 2019. They scored 8 runs in the 8th inning to beat defending 2A champion Cascade on Tuesday to win the regional. The star for the Dragons is Katie Hershey, who has 32 career home runs and 50 runs scored with 46 RBIs this season. Cathedral was a state finalist in 2001 and 2003 and beat Lebanon 13-0 for the program's 7th regional championship on Tuesday, behind home runs from Sydney Matthews, Anna Moore, and Amaya Gray. Angie Valentine actually leads the Irish with 9 home runs and also has 19 stolen bases. In Class 2A in the North at Kokomo, one of the 2 games we'll be keeping our closest eye on. I don't know if that's a phrase, but maybe I just made one up. Second-ranked Alexandria is 20-1 and takes on third-ranked Andrean, which is 19-7, in the first 11 o'clock semifinal at Kokomo. The Tigers won their first regional championship in program history in style on Tuesday, beating defending 2A semi-state champion Lapel 18-3. Brindley Humphreys gave up 3 runs on just 4 hits and drove in 5 runs herself, going 3 for 4 with a home run. Riley Thomas was 3 for 3 with a home run and 4 RBIs, and Kinley Webb was 3 for 4 with a home run and scored 3 times. Thomas is batting .571 and has at least 1 hit in every single game this season and multiple hits in 13 of her 21 games she's played this year. Andrean has won 4 semi-states, 3 state titles, and has 4 state runners-up. Sadie Drosius threw a complete game 1-hit shutout and a 5-0 win over Knox for the program's 11th regional championship. Drosius is 11-4 this season with a 3.42 ERA, and the 59ers are batting .370 as a team. Should be a great game, and I have a feeling the champion is going to come out of that one. The second game is 10th-ranked Rossville against Central Noble. Rossville's 23-5, Central Noble 24-5. Rossville has won semi-state championship. It was last year, and it resulted in a Class A state championship for the Hornets. Avery Layton is 15-3 this season with a 1.36 ERA and is also batting .429 on the year. Central Adams upset South Adams 4-3 for its first regional championship ever on Tuesday. and it was because of a young lady named Grace Swank, who was the winning pitcher and also homered and had 2 RBIs in the 4-3 win. She's now 13-3 on the season and 27-10 in her first 3 varsity seasons. She's also batting .542 with 9 home runs, 44 RBIs, and 31 runs scored. The South Semistate will be held at Forest Park, and the first game will be 10-9 Monrovia against 28-2 and top-ranked Tecumseh at 11 o'clock. Looks like a bit of a mismatch. Lila Wyrie had a triple and 3 RBIs and scored a run in Monrovia's 10-3 win over Greencastle for the Bulldogs' 3rd ever regional championship. They've never won a semi-state. Freshman Cameron Wolf is batting .560 and leads the Bulldogs in most offensive categories. Tecumseh is a 7-time semi-state championship, all in the last 14 years, is a 6-time state finalist, including the last 3 years, and won state championships in 2017, 2022, and 2023. Caitlin Marks is a Miss Softball finalist. She has 226 career hits, 191 career runs, and 118 career steals, the program's leader in all 3 of those categories. In the second game, it'll be 15-8 Salem making its semi-state debut against 23-2 and 12th ranked Triton Central at 1 o'clock. It's Salem's first semi-state appearance ever and Triton Central's second. Sydney Wilson went 4 for 4 and drove in 3 runs as Salem upset MSC rival Brownstown Central 9-8 on Tuesday. Senior Kennedy Garlick is batting .411 with 25 runs and is ranked 11th in the state with 32 stolen bases for the Lions. Triton Central won its first regional championship in 2023 and its second ever this year and has never won a semi-state championship. Ashlyn Hiddle, I think is a great name for a softball player, homered and drove in 3 runs in the Tigers' 5-2 upset of Hagerstown. Freshman Rylan Young is batting .435 and is 5-3 in the pitching circle this season. In Class A, the North Semi-State will be played at Frontier, and the first game will be 20-10 Southwood against 20-6 South Central. Southwood is making its first ever semi-state appearance. South Central is ranked 9th in the state and will attempt to win its second semi-state after winning one in 2022. The Satellites beat Fremont 9-0 on Tuesday behind Lexi Johnson's 2-hit shutout. She had 15 strikeouts and 0 walks in the win. Johnson is 17-5 on the season and 53-23 in her career, and is the Satellites leader in batting at .393 with a .474 on base percentage. The second game at Frontier will be top-ranked Riverton Park against number 4 North Newton. Riverton Park is 23-1, North Newton 26-4. That game is expected to start at 1 o'clock. Riverton Park has 2 semi-state championships in 1998 and 2010. They're the favorites to win another one on Saturday, but this is a really tough semi-state where any of the 4 teams can win it. The Panthers beat Clinton Central 12-2 in the regional behind Jaylee Inman's huge day with a double, a triple, a home run, and a complete Game 4 hitter. North Newton is making its second semi-state appearance and has never won one. This could be the year, though, and Sydney Rainford is the reason. She threw a 3-hit shutout and hit her 3rd home run of the season in Tuesday's 4-0 win over Westville in the regional. She's 19-1 this year with a 0.40 ERA. And in the south of Class A, it will be played at North Davies and starts at 10:30. It will be the first game to have its first pitch on Saturday morning. It's 3rd-ranked 23-5 West Washington against 7th-ranked 19-6 Clay City. West Washington has never won a semi-state championship and is making its 4th appearance. It won its first regional championship since 2021 after Emory Hobbs shut down Wood Memorial with a 3-hit shutout and a 4-0 victory on Tuesday. Hobbs is also batting .419 this year with 22 RBIs. Sophomore Macy Lowry is batting .485 with 7 doubles, 4 triples, 4 home runs, 42 runs driven in, and 36 runs scored. And I'm pretty sure I know her dad. Clay City is led by Lizzie Cinders, who threw a 10-inning, 5-hit shutout with 14 strikeouts and 1 walk and a 1-0 thriller over Orleans in the Class 1A South Regional. Cinders is also a .453 career batter, now has a 47-12 career pitching record, and is one of the main reasons the Eagles have won 5 straight regionals. The Eels have won 1 semi-state. That came in 2021. In the second semifinal at North Davies, it'll be 20-6 and 5th-ranked Lutheran against 22-5 and 9th-ranked Tri. Lutheran has won 3 state championships and has 4 state runners-up. They dominated Indiana Def 17-4 on Tuesday, scoring 9 runs in the top of the first for their 15th regional championship. Layla Miller had a triple and 5 RBIs in the win and is batting .507 with 26 RBIs and 25 runs scored this season. Tri was the 2017 state runner-up, their only semi-state championship. The Titans won their 2nd straight regional championship on Tuesday and 6th in program history with a 2-1 win over Milan, thanks to Macy Ballard's complete game performance. She's now 15-3 on the year with a 1.69 ERA. Lila Williams leads the Titan offense with 39 runs scored, 26 RBIs, 13 doubles, and 6 triples. Thank you so much for listening. Good luck to all of the teams. Looking forward to seeing what happens in all the games and bringing the news to you on Sunday. If you like what you hear and want to see us continue to grow and thrive, we could really use your help by spreading the word about the Central Indiana Sports Report. Please share this with your friends and family, whether it's texting the link to them or going on social media and sharing. Please share with all your friends and family, and as producer Susie says, you can also share it with strangers and even your enemies. Thanks again. The Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie.